This video is for limits for the greatest integer function. So let's look at a greatest integer. So what this says here is we want the biggest integer, that's the greatest integer, up to 5. And so the biggest integer up to 5 would be 5. If you look at 3.2, 3 is here, 4 is here, so that would be 3.2. So as we look up to the biggest integer up to that point, so that is our cap, you can't go past it, the biggest integer would be 3. Same with 7.999. 8 is here. 7.99 would be here. So the biggest integer up to, and again, it has to stop there, would be 7. So it's the biggest one up to it. You don't get to 8 until you get to 8. It looks like this. So if you have 1.38, the greatest integer is 1. So the y value is our greatest integer. So we don't get until 2 until we're in the 2's. 2.6 is 2, 2.7 is 2, because right here is marking 3. So we can't get a greatest integer of 3 until we hit, guessed it, 3. And so it's going to continue that same way. So like pi, the next one is 3.14 right here. The biggest integer up to I'll just put 24, it's fine. The biggest integer up to this number would be 3. We can't get to 4 until we get to 4. So this would be 3. But now when you're dealing with negatives, you have to think about it that way as well. 0, -1, -0.5. You don't want to just say, oh, it's -0. Well, there isn't a -0, number 1, but it's not 0. So if we come up here, our cap here is right there at -0.5. We didn't even hit 0 yet. So the biggest integer is -1. It's the one before it. And so what we get is this step function here. And so you can see -0.5 is -1. So when you look at each of these, so the limit as x approaches 3 from the left, we are here. So this would be from the left. So as we're approaching from the left, we're in the 2's. So it would be 2.8, 2.9, and so on. So the limit as x approaches 3 from the left would be 2. X approaches 3 from the right would be 3. Therefore, the limit as 3 approaches from the left and the right are different, so our answer does not exist. So with a step function, our greatest integer function, at each of those integer values, you're going to get a d and e. You can only get a value when it's in between them. All right, thank you.